Hey there, friend. Chances are, if you're listening to the Inventory Genius podcast, it's because, well, you really want to become an inventory genius. If that's you, then let's stop just listening. Let's stop just collecting information. Let's start doing. I want to invite you to grab your copy of the Inventory Genius book. I wrote this book with you in mind. It delivers bite-sized actionable steps that will help you use your inventory to create more profit and keep more cash in your business. This is a really easy to read book. In fact, I designed it specifically for the busy inventory-based business owner. It only takes about 2 hours to make your way through, and you're going to leave with practical bite-sized steps so you can start implementing the principles of the Inventory Genius method immediately. Head on over to ciarastockeland.com where you can grab your ebook, your Audible version, or the printed copy. Enjoy! Hey friend, welcome to the Inventory Genius podcast, where we work together here to make you an inventory genius. We talk about profit, we talk about cash flow, and we definitely talk about your paycheck. Because at the end of the day, it's all related to your inventory. Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inventory Genius podcast. I am your host, Ciara. I'm a profit strategist, and I help inventory-based business owners just like you use their inventory to create more profit and keep more cash. And I'm excited that you have joined our podcast today to listen in on a conversation we're going to have about 7 lies that we are told as inventory-based business owners. Let's get started. All right. So we're going to dive into 7 different lies that we are told as inventory-based business owners. These are myths, and my goal today is to debunk them. My goal today is that you will leave thinking differently about your capabilities as an inventory-based business owner. All right. So I'm going to list off what we're told, what we hear, what we might experience in business circles that we are in. I'm going to list them off, and then we're going to go back, and one by one, I'm going to give you the truth that counters that lie. Okay, are you ready? All right, this is going to be a good one. All right, so here we go. Lie number 1, that you are and always will be a hot mess. Okay, lie number 2, that not paying yourself as a business owner is okay, is normal, and in fact is expected of you. Number 3, that lost inventory is just the way that it works. If you sell inventory, if you have an inventory-based business owner, you're just going to always be behind when it comes to inventory counts. You're never going to quite know what you have in stock. Lie number 4, that you're never going to have the right amount of inventory. It's just not something we can get a handle on. Lie number 5, that stress just comes in with the territory. That if you are a small business owner, particularly an inventory-based business owner, you're just always going to be stressed. You have to learn how to deal with it. Lie number 6, that we have to use other mechanisms to cope with small business life. That having a glass of wine all the time at the end of the day is just how it's going to be if you're a small business owner. That constantly waking up in the middle of the night, stressing about your business is just how it's going to be. That you are going to run around like a crazy person all the time. And that's just how it is if you're a small business owner. And lie number 7, that you have to be and always will be a chaotic boss. You're a visionary. You're an artist, right? You're good at XYZ. You're not good at being confident. So this is lie number 7. We're going to go back now, and I'm going to give you the counterpoint or the truth that counters that lie. Okay, so number 1, hot mess. That you will always be, and it's expected of you to be a hot mess. I want to tell you today, I'm here to tell you today that you can be a confident CEO. In fact, I expect that of you. You are a smart, intelligent business owner. There are tools available to you. You just have to have the desire and the belief that you can be confident when it comes to running your business. So some ways that we can develop this confidence is number one, understanding and knowing your numbers. And the first step to that is to acknowledging what they are today. Okay. So when you have this feeling of being a hot mess, I'm all over the place. Often this comes because we're chasing sales. We need money because we're out of cash. We have bills to pay. We're stressed out. And so we do a little of that and a little of this and a little of that. We're all over the place, which gives us this hot mess mentality. But we can get out of hot mess mode when we put down on paper in front of us the truth of what our numbers are today. And then we create a profit plan to build a roadmap for where we want to be tomorrow. When we acknowledge what's true in our business, what's really, truly going on, instead of just putting our head in the sand and saying, this is how it is, I'm going to run around, I'm going to be crazy, everyone else is doing it, this is what it's expected of me, I can't get out of hot mess mode. When we do that, instead of saying, you know what, I am the CEO of my business, I will learn the skills I need to learn to be confident that what I'm doing is going to work for my business, that I have a slow, intentional, methodical plan to building profitability, to paying off debt. That starts with looking at our numbers, seeing where we are today, building the bridge to where we want to go, and then settling into that plan. And instead of chasing sales, we're suddenly chasing profitability. Okay. And that will build confidence in you as a CEO. Okay. Line number two, that you're just never going to pay yourself. I don't know where this came from, other than I think small business owners in general, for decades, have historically not been the greatest when it comes to budgeting, numbers, back-end operations, right? A lot of us as small business owners are very visionary. We're really great at solving problems. We're really great at working with customers, inventing things, finding solutions, helping our community by creating a solution with our business or creating a product that will help, right? We're really good at those things. Not very good at the back end, typically not very good at the details. And this is generally speaking. And because of that, historically, entrepreneurs, small business owners are always short on money, always short on cash, and we are sacrificial. Like we just buy into this idea that, you know, my payday will come one day, and I can speak from experience because I definitely bought into this lie. My payday will come one day. I'm just going to hire another person. I'm going to invest more into marketing. I'm going to invest more into my inventory. My payday will come. I used to say that out loud as a justification for not paying myself. So this has just historically been the way that small business owners operate. And because of that, this becomes what we hear over and over as we're launching our business or as we're building our business, like, don't expect to be profitable for 5 years. Don't expect to pay yourself for XYZ, right? For this amount of time. I'm here to tell you that you can, the counterpoint to that is that you can build reliable profit into your business. This is one of the things that I work on with my one-on-one clients. We start by looking at, what do you want? Do you have debt? Do you need to replace an income? What do you want? What does success look like to you? And then we back into how to create a plan to build reliable profitability in your business. The lie is that you'll never pay yourself or it will take you a very long time. The counterpoint to that, the truth, is that you can actually be a confident CEO that builds reliable profitability into your business. Line number three, lost inventory, always going to be out of control, always going to lose money with my inventory. I'm here to tell you, you can create systems and processes that ensure your inventory is accounted for, that you know exactly what you own. Sure, you're going to have some damages. Sure, you're going to take your inventory at the end of the month and see you're missing a couple pieces or you're over by a couple pieces in your system. That is normal. What's not normal, what's not true, is that you can never really know, that you have to live in this weird feeling of uncertainty about how much inventory do I really have? Can I really be organized with it? I sell so many pieces. I work with inventory-based business owners of all kinds. In fact, this week alone, I'll give you an example. I talked to a flooring store, an owner that owns a flooring store. So they have flooring, different kinds of flooring, different kinds of cleaning solutions for floor, like anything having to do with floors, tile, rugs, all the things. I talked to and worked with a client that sells beautiful, high-end designer custom jewelry, very high ticket, beautiful product. I worked with a client that's a distributor for skincare. She's one of my clients. She distributes skincare. I talked to several apparel boutiques or boutique owners. And I talked to someone that has a pet food business. They all have inventory. That's the common denominator. They all exchange things for dollar bills. And we can have systems that ensure that the inventory, our biggest asset, is accounted for. We don't have to live in this idea that, well, what I sell or how much I sell really will never allow me to have control over my inventory. Okay. And that leads us to our fourth lie, that I'll never really know how much to buy. I'm always going to run short, or I'm going to way overbuy. You can create a system and a process for your buying as well. We can create an open to buy plan that follows along with your reliable profit plan and ensures that you have the inventory flowing in and selling at a rate that makes sense for your business. And this then gives us the idea for point number 5. We don't have to be stressed. We can be a calm, confident CEO of our business. So when we find ourselves in this hot mess mode, line number 1, and we're super, super stressed out, line number 5, and we feel like that's just how we're going to be. We're never going to have money. We're never going to have enough inventory, or we're going to always have way too much. We're never going to be able to pay ourselves. All of this actually goes together, right? So as we start to commit to the process of cleaning up and taking good care of, being a good steward of our biggest asset, which is our inventory, as we start to buy into the belief that we can be confident in our numbers, that doesn't mean that we become a bookkeeper or an accountant or that we just love the number side of our business, but we become confident in what those numbers are saying, that they're accurate, that they're telling us truth about our business, and that we don't hide in, our head in the sand, that we look at that truth and we take confident, intentional action on it. The calmness that will come from that is profound. And then we don't need the wine to cope. We don't need the other stress relievers just to cope, just to survive another day in our business. We can learn to love our work. This is the counterpart. This is the truth. We can learn to love our work. And I would challenge you one step farther and tell you, you will learn to love the numbers, maybe not working with the numbers, but you'll learn to love what the numbers can do for you, the power that it gives you. And then we can remove ourselves from being a chaotic boss, because when we chase sales, we're constantly telling our team to do different things. And again, speaking from experience, I'll tell you an example. Once I said to one of my girls, hey, I can't remember exactly what I wanted her to do. And she was brave enough to sit down and say, Ciara, one thing at a time. Like literally yesterday, you just told us we were going to do this with all of our inventory, or this with our sale event, or whatever we were talking about. I can't remember the details. And now you've switched course, and now we're doing this, and we're supposed to stop everything we started yesterday and abandon that. And that is a chaotic boss. We can be a fantastic, calm, confident boss that people love to work for, because we have a plan and we follow through. And when we learn to look at our numbers, manage our inventory, believe that we can build that system and that process in a confident way in our business, we will have a plan, which then removes us from the chaos and will help our employees become much more efficient. They're going to do a much better job for us. So I want you to think about these 7 lies that we're told as small business owners, inventory-based business owners. And I want you to think about, what is one that you have really bought into? Is it that you're always going to be a hot mess? It's just how I am. I'm always late. I'm always a mess. Nothing's under control. Is it that, I'm just never going to get a consistent paycheck? It is what it is. It's a sacrifice I make. Is it, I'm never going to really have control of my inventory? I'm not good with it. I just won't ever be able to. Is it that, I'm never going to have the right amount of inventory? It's always going to be over. It's always going to be under. I'll just figure it out. I'll roll with the punches. It is what it is. Is it that, as a business owner, I'm just always going to be stressed. This is just part of life? Is it that, I'm going to have to just make do and figure out how to cope because I'm stressed and this is what it is? Or is it that I'm just always going to be chaotic? Like I'm going to float from one thing to another. I think big picture. That's just how I am. I want you to think about which of those 7 lies you've been believing, that you've been telling yourself. And then I want you to think of that truth, that counterpoint to that lie. And I want you to lean into what you need to do to make that truth a reality in your business. And I promise that one of these leads to the next, leads to the next. And I know that you can become that confident inventory-based business owner. I would love to help you if I have the opportunity. So ways that we can help: get my book, Inventory Genius. I walk through a lot of my story, big mistakes I've made. I talk about some wins my clients have had. I walk through the numbers, what we really need to be thinking when it comes to our business. So get the Inventory Genius book. You can find it at ciarastockeland.com. You can sign up for a profit strategy session with me. Head on over to the website, fill out the form. I would love to chat with you about your inventory-based business and how we can strategize to combat these things, to create in you some confidence as a business owner. Or take the quick start to Inventory Genius. It goes through the Inventory Genius method. It includes tools, systems, processes, spreadsheets, so you can dig in right away today and get started working on your inventory. In any way that I can help, I'm thrilled to do so. Thanks for tuning in this week to the Inventory Genius podcast. I will see you next week. Bye for now.
Hey friend, thank you so much for tuning in today to the Inventory Genius podcast. If there's something that you heard today on the podcast episode and you want to dig deeper into becoming an inventory genius yourself, I want to invite you to head on over to my website, ciarastockeland.com, where I have multiple ways that you and I can work together on your inventory. I want to help you with your profit, your cash flow, and your paycheck, because at the end of the day, it's all related to your inventory. So head on over to the website, connect with me. I'll work with you soon. See you then. Hey there, friend. So I've already invited you to grab your copy of the Inventory Genius book. But if you're ready to go a step further and dive in, if you want a quick start to becoming an inventory genius, then I want to also invite you to grab your seat and the Quick Start to Inventory Genius course. This really easy to digest course is going to include all the tools, spreadsheets, and systems you need to implement the Inventory Genius method immediately in your business. We'll talk about creating an open to buy plan. We'll talk about creating a profit plan. We'll talk about creating a business budget. And then we cap it all off with a private one-on-one call, you and me. Yep, that's right. The Quick Start to Inventory Genius course includes a one-on-one coaching call with me. So you can go through the book, you can go through the Quick Start to Inventory Genius course, you can write down your questions, and then you and I can get on the phone and problem solve together. Head on over to ciarastockeland.com, grab your seat at the Quick Start to Inventory Genius course. See you there.